everyone. I'm Sylvia Scott, the founder and CEO of the Girls CEO Connection. And today we are presenting to you actually three entrepreneurs. Two of them will be interviewing another one. And the two that we have that are doing the interviewing are Chloe Mann and Miley McManus, who are juniors, well, sophomores, but they are going to be juniors at Northfield High School in Denver, Colorado. They're also on our Young Women's Ambassadors. Brand new. We met them at the Women's Entrepreneurship Day organization conference in Denver in January, where we met Gabby, and they're going to be introducing Gabby Carr. And I'm really excited about this because Gabby is a serial entrepreneur, and these two young ladies one of them is a serial entrepreneur, Miley is, but they also just won first and second place at the CU Boulder Entrepreneurship and Innovation New Venture Challenge. So this is going to be a really great interview. I'm going to step back now and let the girls start.
Thank you for joining us today, Gabby. I'm so happy to be speaking with you today. Miley and I both attended the Women in Entrepreneurship Day Colorado Summit in January at the CU Denver Jake Jab Center for Entrepreneurship, and we really enjoyed hearing you on the Young Entrepreneurship panel.
Thank y'all so much. I'm really excited for our conversation, and I hope that it will be able to motivate other young women who are growing their businesses. And I wanted to congratulate y'all both on receiving first and second in the high school division for the CU Boulder New Venture Challenge. That's really exciting, and I'm just excited to see where y'all go in life.
Thank you. Gabby is a 20-year-old social media content creator and entrepreneur from Windsor, Colorado, who uses her creative passions for videography, writing, photography, and digital design to uplift others and motivate them to follow their dreams. When she was 16 years old during the pandemic, she started posting and creating content and writing on social media to keep busy. She quickly fell in love with social media management and content creation, and this hobby quickly became a business now called Gracefully Gabby, where she's been able to work with companies such as Qdoba, Zulily, and Barebones Living. Gracefully Gabby has a division called Lucky Reads, which is a bookstagram where she writes book reviews and works with authors to help them share their books with more readers.
About a year into working in the social media field, Gabby opened a sticker business named Gracefully Gabby's Gifts. It's now called Gabby's Graceful Gifts on Etsy. She has designed a few logos for her family members and realized how fun it could be to design, make, and sell stickers of her own. She has had her stickers featured in Windsor Lake Coffee and is working on expanding it to bookmarks soon and more products in the future. She wants to make more book-themed stickers and is in the process of combining her sticker and bookstagram. So Gabby's Graceful Gifts will be promoted on @LuckyReads on Instagram.
Almost 3 years into working in social media and 2 years of running her sticker business, Gabby still feels that there is something new to be learned every day. The entrepreneurs and creators she's met online have become some of her best friends, and she loves getting to see the different ways that they can shine through their passions. There's such beauty and freedom in being an entrepreneur, and Gabby wants to inspire others through her social media content and sticker designs that they can be one too.
Gabby, we have a couple questions for you. Our first one is, you started your social media content creator business during the pandemic, right? How old were you, and what prompted you to start this?
So I was 16 when I started my business, and basically the pandemic hit and I was homeschooled and I had just moved to Colorado. So I was really bored because there was nothing to do. And so I was on Instagram one day and I saw a pretty picture of books, and I tapped on it and I discovered that Bookstagram was a thing where people wrote book reviews and posted pretty pictures of books. And I was like, oh, let's do that. So I created a Bookstagram, and then I was like, okay, social media is really, really fun. But then I just decided to start a lifestyle blog on Instagram, and then everything kind of just kept going from there.
So how did you get involved with the companies? Who reached out to who? Was there negotiating or dealing with contracts or anything when you're working with these companies?
Well, I definitely connect with brands in a few different ways. Several brands have reached out to me. And so then we'll start negotiating or collaborating on that. And then I have also reached out to some brands. And then there's apps and websites where you can apply for campaigns with brands. And so I'll go on there and I'll put my information, and then sometimes collaborations come out of that.
So you had your Instagram, and I know that, like we said, that you started getting into stickers and bookmarks because you just thought it was so fun. Were there any other reasons you like opened that second business and decided like I could do this further?
Well, because I think I realized the potential that social media has. Like I quickly realized with brands, like the money that you can make doing brand partnerships and making content for brands, that was huge. But then that was more like a service I was selling. And I realized I wanted to have like more tangible products so that, because I also like just working with my hands and stuff. And so it's cool to be able to like design the stickers myself and then make them with my hands and ship them out. So I think I just wanted more tangible products. So I had seen other people start sticker businesses and I was like, I should try this. It looks fun.
That's awesome. So with your Bookstagram and your sticker business, is there a vision board that you keep? Like, do you update it? Or do you have like a journal that you keep regarding your business growth and like where your vision's going and where your brand's going?
I'm working on getting like a picture vision board up because I've seen a lot of other entrepreneurs doing that and like our dreams and goals and where we want to go and where we want to take it. I'm more right now, I do have like my goals and my journey kind of written down in notebooks, and then I have them in a few like different to-do list apps that I kind of track. It's fun to look back at goals that I had like set when I started this and saying like, oh, I've already accomplished this, or oh, my dream has changed a bit for that.
Did your parents ever expect you to go in like this direction of being a serial entrepreneur? Like what help have they given you too?
We've always been a very creative family and haven't always taken the like traditional path in career and everything. I don't think any of us ever expected me to become an entrepreneur because I'm such a rule follower, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this and then go to college and do this and do that. And so for me to take the big step to be like, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I don't think any of us were expecting that, but my family has been there every step of the way with me. Like they've been helping me every time I need it, and they're always there for me. It's really cool that even though we weren't expecting it, that they're there cheering me on, like, and helping me as much as they can.
That's so great to have a support system just as a person, but especially as an entrepreneur. So if your parents didn't really expect you to be in entrepreneurship, do you have a mentor who's kind of guided you through this process, or any mentors as you've grown up, like being a young entrepreneur?
So I definitely say I've had teacher mentors throughout the year who didn't necessarily like mentor me in like entrepreneurship, but they just mentored me and like allowed my creativity to flourish. And they really like encouraged me to pursue my passions and what I was good at. As I got more into social media and then got more into stickers, like there was like a mom blogger and then another lifestyle influencer that we personally knew. If I had questions or needed help, I'd go to them and ask them. And same for the stickers. Like if I have questions about like bulk ordering, there's a few people that I'll go to. Even just the creator community and the entrepreneur community I've met on social media as a whole, I feel like we kind of all mentor each other and we all learn and take time to like help each other if we can.
And with that community of creators, connected with other content creators and entrepreneurs on Instagram, do you meet up with any of them in person? Would you say you have personal friendships with them?
Anna, I met her at the Women's Entrepreneurship Day, and she's officially the first person I met online that I met in person. So that was really exciting because we connected through our small business accounts. Mm-hmm. And so for us to be able to meet up in person was really exciting. And then this March, I actually met up with a friend. We met in Denver, and we had connected on Gracefully Gabby. And so she's the first person who, through Gracefully Gabby, I like met online and met in person. So I'm hoping to meet a few more friends. Like I'm hoping to maybe go to North Carolina and Georgia this summer to meet up with a few more. I'm like texting so many of these girls every day and like FaceTiming and calling them. So it's really cool to see the friendships go from just commenting on each other's posts to like FaceTiming and then hopefully meeting each other in person at some point.
Anna Brecken is who introduced me to you to be in the Women's Entrepreneurship Day.
Looking back, is there anything that you would do differently when starting out?
Been more confident, and then also been more authentic and being myself, because we're all unique and we're all individual, and trying to be like other people or like comparing yourself on social media is so hard. I feel like I would have ignored all that and just been myself and trusted that by being myself and posting the content that's like authentic to me, like I'll get there.
As teen entrepreneurs who really look up to you, would you share with us some of the challenges of being a business owner in high school and as a young adult?
I definitely think managing everything, like especially when you're still in high school and you're doing sports and you're in clubs and like you have a job, like trying to manage all of that and then be an entrepreneur is really hard. And then I'd also say, especially like with my sticker business, like personally my content creating business, creating content is the business, But for like my sticker business, and I know a lot of other small business owners, they're small business owners, but they didn't necessarily sign up to be like a content creator, but they have to promote their products. And right now, social media is kind of the way to do that. So that's been another hard aspect, is like, oh, I actually have to create content about my stickers in order to get them to sell. I also think just the doubt and the negativity, it can be so hard to make it. And there's so much problems and trials you'll run into. And so just staying strong and pushing through that can be really hard. But just knowing that you'll make it, it's just, you have to work hard.
Who encourages you when like these challenges come up?
I'd probably say my mom. My mom's definitely my biggest cheerleader. Like, I would not still be doing this if it hadn't been for her. She believes in me when I don't believe in myself half the time. And so she'll like help take my pictures and help me like run to the post office if I need to drop off orders. And then I definitely think the creator community and like entrepreneurs on social media are other big motivators for me, because especially with social media, it's still kind of such a new thing. Like, making a job on and out of it is still so new, and there's not like a rule book to follow. Connecting with other creators and talking about that is really helpful, because a lot of us are going through the same things and dealing with the same problems. And so just being able to talk and connect and figure out what's going on, that's a really good spot that I'll also find support in.
And where did you learn the skills of being a business owner?
Okay, so I took an entrepreneurship course in 12th grade. That's basically what made me start my sticker business. So I did learn some things from there, but I honestly think most of it was just trial and error, because like I said, the social media realm is still so new. Obviously listening to what other people have to say, because there are people who you can learn from. And then I also went to a school that was very big on writing. So I definitely feel like I got a lot of my writing skills from there.
That kind of leads us into our next question. So where did you learn the soft skills, or as some people would call them, like human or critical skills of being a business owner? Like, we're talking like communicating effectively, writing emails, changing your mind, and then also like branding yourself and your business in such a positive light.
I definitely think pretending you already know how to do it, if that makes sense. Like that helped me, because people are like, you can't, as soon as you start, you need to pretend that you already know what you're doing, so that you have that confidence and that you believe in yourself, and surrounding yourself with people who are doing similar things to you, so you can learn from them and kind of watch what they're doing.
Yeah, that fake it till you make it kind of thing, like this acting like you already know what to do. That's definitely something I hear a lot. Like, I do to artistic sports, and it's, if you make a mistake or if you don't know what you're doing, just keep smiling, keep pushing through. That's great that it, like, you know, translate. On your entrepreneurship journey, are there any like specific words of advice that have stuck with you? I know you've probably given us a lot of the advice that you've heard from other people, but is there any like other advice really has stuck with you?
There are two sayings. One more past one was, I didn't come this far just to come this far. And I talked about this at the Women's Entrepreneurship Day, but like that just sticks out to me so much, because if your goal is to spend all this time and put all this work in and design one bookmark and sell one bookmark, and you do that, then that's great. But the thing is, like, that was not my goal. My goal is to go so much further than that. So I'm like, I did not put all this time and all this effort and all this work to stop right here. So oftentimes when I'm down or like not feeling very positive about how things are going, I have to remind myself, like, I didn't do all this. Like, this isn't, I want to keep going further. And then more recently, the choose your hard has been like a big saying that I've been thinking about, because it's like everything is hard. Like, deciding to go to college is hard, and not deciding to go to college is hard. And like choosing the 9-to-5 life is hard, but also deciding to become an entrepreneur is hard. And I'm going to choose the good hard that will bring me the results that I want to see.
I love that. I think that's amazing. Definitely helps with motivation during probably high school. We have a lot of stuff going on. Choose your hard, you know, procrastinate on your grades, which is hard, or work on your stuff, get good grades, which is hard. Some real life connections here that I'm making. Like, I know I said that earlier, but
I agree with Chloe. So to kind of like ease some of that hard, just like Etsy, or do you use any like apps or platforms that like give you marketing suggestions? We know that you're like a marketing expert, but for some of our other entrepreneurs out there, do you use anything or know of anything like that?
So there are a lot of like expert marketers on like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And so they'll just post videos, and I'll like save those and go through those and like watch them to learn from them. And then Etsy themselves, they'll send like emails like almost every day about like marketing tips. And they'll say like, hey, your product is getting some love, like you should do like a targeted offer or this or that. And like inside the, like when you go into the Etsy website and app, they do have a lot of like techniques and like, they're like the hashtags on the products and like what you should label your products as. Like they have a bunch of tips about all of that so that you can like maximize your selling. I don't take advantage of it as much as I should, but it's very helpful when like you do look at it.
That's great. Yeah.
So when you're selling on Etsy, who would you consider your target market for your stickers, for your bookmarks? Who are you really trying to sell to and to be seen by?
For stickers, I'd definitely probably say like teenage to young adult girls mostly, because I feel like my designs are more girly and like kind of colorful and flower. I definitely feel like kind of the 12 through mid 20s is probably the age where like everyone has them on their water bottles and their laptops. So I'm trying to definitely target like those like college kids too. And then for bookmarks, just book readers, like anyone who loves to read. I know like most of my Bookstagram friends are women, so probably like teenage to like older women who like to read is probably where I'm targeting my bookmarks for.
That's great.
Yeah. Thinking more like psychographically, is there like specific like values or specific interests? Obviously with the Bookstagram, it's probably readers, but is there anything that you like to like maybe have in common with your customers? Or
I do have a lot of like Colorado nature type of stickers because I'm a huge like traveler. I love nature. I love being outside. So I do make some stickers to like target those people more. And then also just positivity. And I'm a Christian. And so I'll do like Bible verses and like Christian sayings. So definitely targeting Christian girls too.
On that same note, geographically, do you focus on anywhere specific or do you like anywhere your social media hits?
So for the more Colorado oriented stickers, I definitely try to like, so like when I was in the coffee shop, I put Colorado stickers that are still actually not on, I need to go list them on Etsy, but they're not on my Etsy yet. But so like those would be in the shop to specifically target obviously the people around me because they're all in Colorado. I think it's kind of more just where social media hits. I feel like I'll do like seasonal stickers and seasonal launches, but I feel like my stickers are kind of all over the place.
Thinking on that, would you ever sell, so right now you sell business to consumer, correct? Would you ever think about putting your stickers in like a retail store and go business to business?
I definitely think so. That's something that I'm hopefully working on future wise, because it's nice to be able to like sell and market my own stickers. But when you don't necessarily have to handle the selling part because you give it to a business and then they do that selling part, something that you don't necessarily have to worry about. And it's cool to get like a wider spread.
Moving forward, as your business expands, are there any tasks that you would like to outsource or have somebody else do for you so that you can focus on your content creation and your sticker design, or any parts of like your business that are your favorite and you want to keep yours, tasks that you'd want to outsource?
At some point, I might send my designs to a business so that they can print and make my stickers and bookmarks, but I really like making them. So at this point, I want to keep doing that. I would like to hire someone to run my sticker social media just because I feel like I make so much content already and do so much social media worrying. It just feels silly that as like a social media manager to hire someone else to manage my social media, but I don't put in that much effort to it because I'm so busy with my content creating and like with the Gracefully Gabby. So I definitely would like be into hiring someone to run that part. I think sometimes the editing too. I love shooting and making content, but then when editing and writing the captions and trying to figure out hashtags and some of the strategic stuff, like I wouldn't mind having someone else do that part because I just like the creating, but sometimes the social media aspect gets a little tiring.
What words of advice would you give young women in high school like us or college or even young adults? Like what would you give the parents? What would you give the entrepreneurs? What would you give anyone who's like supporting these emerging entrepreneurs?
So I'd say if you have an inkling of like a feeling of wanting to do something, I'd say go for it. You have no idea where it's going to lead you. Like something might start as a sticker business and you might end up like creating tote bags for a brand. Like you never know where things are going to go. So just try it because you don't know the people that you'll meet or the connections that you'll make through this or the business opportunities that can come from it. So I just say go for it. For the people who are like relatives or who are around other entrepreneurs, I just say be there for them. It can be really hard being an entrepreneur. And so just be a good support for them, whether it's helping them take photos or just listening to them or buying some of their products. Just be a good support because it can definitely affect mental health. So always just be there for them.
You mentioned your business, not really knowing where it could lead. How would you say your business now and your life now as a content creator and business owner, how would you say it differs from what you first expected or what you first hoped for when you started this 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
Well, so especially with I literally just started with a Bookstagram. And so I thought I was just always going to post about books. But all of a sudden I'm running like a lifestyle travel content creating account. It just started with me literally just like posting pictures and writing captions with it. And all of a sudden I'm working with brands and looking to work with like hotels. I never imagined that the possibility, and even now realizing how much possibility there is I'm looking at definitely getting more into creating content specifically for brands without even having to post it on social media, which I always thought it'd have to be posting it on social media. The opportunity now to even get more into like cinematography and videography, just specifically for brands and like making commercials for brands. That's something I was never expecting. I'm excited for where that can go. For stickers, at first I thought I was just going to design logos for people. And now I'm like working on getting more products in my shop. So that's really exciting too.
Yeah, that flexibility is definitely a needed skill as an entrepreneur. So girls like us that are looking into being an entrepreneur or a content creator, how do they reach you with questions if they look up to you?
Okay, so my Instagrams, you can reach out to me through either of my Instagrams. One is Gracefully Gabby.
Are you willing to be a mentor for any of these girls? And then the second part is any final words?
Yes, I would definitely be willing to be a mentor. I'd love to be what I wish I could have had when I started this. And so I definitely love to be that for any other girls who are interested. And then I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful for this interview. And like, obviously this interview never would have happened if I hadn't had started any of this entrepreneurship years ago. And then if I hadn't met with Anna and then met Sylvia, I'm excited. I love entrepreneurship and I feel like I've already come so far, but I feel like there's so much still to learn. Like every day I'm learning something new. There's so many new things that I'm doing coming up and I'm excited to see where they take me. And I'm excited to see for the connections that I'll make and just who knows where it's going to go. I could fail, but I could also be really great. And so I'm just excited for that, for the opportunity.
I was just going to say that mentorship is so important to the Girls CEO Young Connection. That's all exactly what it's about, is connecting young girls with amazing female entrepreneurs and businesswomen. I'm really looking forward to when you get to the part in the cycle where you can be a mentor and lead and support other young fellow entrepreneurs.
Thank you. I'm excited for that too. I still feel like I'm in a spot where I definitely still need a mentor, but at the same time, I want to share like all I've learned with, if I can, and help other young girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.